Yeah, I said I wasn't gonna make no more videos about this, but I'm tired. It's been a whole year since I made my initial video stating Teresa Graves, pictured here, is not Whitney Houston's mom. Okay, and somehow, some way, I guess because Sissy Houston just recently passed, that video has been orbiting back into the timeline, and it's been causing a big problem for me. Meaning that y'all keep commenting crazy stuff. I mean, real crazy stuff. And it's like, it's annoying. So I took it upon myself this last time, because I'm not doing this again. I told y'all from the beginning I wasn't gonna make my page about it, but I feel like, especially with Sissy Houston being gone, that this needs to be rectified. I need y'all to please reshare this video. Spread this out as far as possible. So all you people that have been posting stuff for likes and views without factual evidence and just love rumors, y'all can end it, okay? Because it's ridiculous. For the sake of time, because this is going to be about a 10-minute video, I need y'all to stick with me, okay? I'm going to show y'all with some photographic evidence and some logic and some research that I did last year how Teresa Graves is not her mother. If you please, even if it's too much for y'all, maybe favorite it, come back to it, and finish it. But listen through this whole video. Don't just listen to the first 5 minutes, short attention span people like me, and make a conclusion. Don't do that. Wait till the end, then comment, then say how y'all feel. And I don't mind you saying that you don't believe that Sissy's her mother. That's y'all business. It's disrespectful, but that's y'all business. All I'm asking at this point in time is that y'all be respectful to the other people that's actually commenting, and respectful to me. Because I took my time to try to prove a point and not give y'all rumor. We live in a year now of truth. Let's stop living in the yesteryear with the National Enquirer and old school TMZ. Let's live in the new age here, okay? And let's just expose the real for the real. Now, there's two main things that keep popping up in these videos that's been on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, and I'm not sure about Facebook, but all those platforms, okay? Everybody claims that John Houston, who is pictured down below and is Whitney Houston's father, had an affair with, allegedly, let me put it allegedly, because I honestly, at least for the purpose of conceiving Whitney, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. They didn't do it. Okay, I'm gonna say they didn't do it. Okay, but allegedly, he ended up having an affair with Teresa Graves. I'm gonna put Teresa Graves back on the screen. Teresa Graves here. Okay, they said that those two got together and made Whitney, allegedly. I personally, gonna impose my personal views, say no, okay? And the reason why is because the story that was created was that Teresa Graves was in show business and John Houston and her met, okay? And I'm gonna prove y'all wrong with a few sources. Bear with me. Okay, so to paint my picture for y'all, okay, we gotta start back to Teresa Graves before we start even with John. Okay, since y'all want to claim that's Whitney mama, and she ain't, but whatever. Teresa Graves and her family left Texas around 1962 to 1963. How I know is I was able to, because I paid money, okay? I actually paid money to do research, which y'all people online didn't do. I went on ancestry.com, which is also, and I bought like this big package that was linked in with like US yearbooks, okay? So it went from 1900 to 2016. And it was able to pull up a yearbook for Fauché Junior High, which is in Los Angeles, California, okay? And during that time, Teresa was in the 9th grade. Don't start with, oh, middle schools go up to 8th grade. Not every middle school do that. I have known some middle schools, especially over in the West Coast, to go from like 7th to 9th or 6th to 9. So please, she was in the 9th grade. and I'll pull it up to prove it to you. And quickly, for some of y'all that say, oh, Teresa Graves' birthday may have been altered, here is a census from 1950. And if you look right down in yellow, Teresa Graves is 2 years old at that point, which means that she was born in 1948, meaning that year on that yearbook thing about 1947 was a little bit off by a year, but not too far. Okay, here we go. Teresa Graves. I'm going to show you the top of it, okay? I just got this so that y'all could see. This was in the yearbook. This was discovered. Next. All right, and I also got the top so that y'all can see where it says A9. I don't know, maybe there was a group or something like that that they may have broken the students off into, but nines stood for ninth grade, okay? That's how I knew, D. And there goes Teresa again, pointed out. Now, according to this book, which is Remembering Whitney, which was released, I believe like a year or two after Whitney passed, Sissy Houston kind of breaks down her and John's relationship. So I know we had just showed Teresa's info with her going to school and her being in LA, but basically she painted a picture like John did manage his nieces. Him and her did meet, like he was on like local TV and like Jersey and all that other stuff, but he wasn't a big time person in the industry. Trust me, he wasn't. He did manage her for a short time, but eventually she got rid of him, okay? And this was stated also in the Whitney movie. Hold on. In this movie, according to her brother, her father was low-key kind of shady. Let's keep it real, okay? He ended up becoming like, he ended up doing some kind of like city council, something like that. Y'all gotta go look at it. It's been a while. Position in a very corrupt Newark, New Jersey at that time. So yeah, he wasn't that established in no industry, okay, for him to have met Teresa Graves. Now, to keep this very brief, I could not find the interview, but Teresa Graves did an interview with one of those hosts from back in the day, and I seen this last year. I wish I would have saved it, stating that she started off with the Doodle Time Pipers. I'm going to picture it here. So in this interview that I no longer find, basically she met one of the members of these groups and was like basically placed into the group or whatever. And this was like her late teens, maybe early 20s, okay? So this was about actually her late teens, because it was like 1966-ish, okay? So at least we can say this much. We didn't have anything documented with her with even trying to get into show business to at least roughly, and I'm going to give grace, just a little grace, to maybe 65, 66, okay? Whitney was born in 1963, August 9th of 1963. She didn't meet no John, okay? John, according to his own kids, according to his ex-wife, wasn't even that man like that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, he did also drive cabs within the area as well, according to Sissy. So there was really no time for this man to really go out to LA and meet a young, new to LA 14-year-old and then decide that they were going to end up having a baby. Now that we've kind of got it established that John really wasn't nobody, basically, until he started managing Whitney back in the day. And that's Whitney put her whole family on, okay? Because like I said, even Sissy got rid of him as a manager. So he wasn't good, okay? And it wouldn't have probably been good enough to go over to another coast. And if he did, under any circumstances, have anybody that he was managing, it's a good chance they were all on the East Coast, either in Newark, New Jersey, or New Jersey in general, or New York. The reason why is because Sissy did a lot of background work while she was pregnant with Whitney, okay, for her niece Dionne Warwick, as well as Solomon Burke. If y'all know who Solomon Burke is, y'all need to look him up, okay, because I ain't got no time like that on here. But yes, so the next thing was people said that Sissy adopted Whitney. Well, I'm finna end that right now, okay, with these two. cause Sissy actually put her own business out in that book that I just showed y'all. But I'm finna show y'all the records that prove they weren't even married when Whitney was born. They weren't even married when Whitney's brother was born a couple years prior too. So they was shacking up, as the old people say. Hold on. Down at the bottom here, all right, you gonna see where it says Garland Emily. Sissy's real name was Emily. Okay, her middle name was Sissy. Okay, or nickname. I think it was her nickname. I can't remember. Y'all go look. These are not vital things right now. Garland comes from her first marriage. Yeah, Sissy was married to somebody else. Let me show y'all. Here is Sissy and her son Gary, who is Whitney's older brother's father, and his name is Freddie. They were married for 2 years, okay, from 1955 to 1957-ish. And she was single during this time. She met up with John. They ended up having Whitney's older brother, which I think he was born maybe 61, if I'm not mistaken, or so. And then Sissy came along, and then Whitney came along in 1963. So I'm painting the pictures for you. Going back to this, the date of marriage, which is right here in this last column, is going to say 05/1964. Whitney was born in August of 1963, meaning that Miss Emily, aka Sissy, wouldn't have been able to adopt her at that time, okay? Because she wouldn't even marry her daddy. And to be honest with you, do you really think Sissy, of all people, would have allowed John to bring an outside baby in after she already had a baby with him, quote unquote, was shacking up and singing gospel music at the same time? No, baby. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I don't know what y'all want to believe, but seeing the type of person Sissy was, I don't think she would have put up with that mess. I'm sorry, y'all. So y'all got to come up with a better rumor, okay? Because evidently, I hate to say it, Whitney Houston daddy wasn't a big shot like y'all claim he was, enough to go over and meet a young Teresa Graves who didn't have any connection with the industry back when she was 14 or 15, okay? The end. Next, we're going to go into some photographic evidence. This is a picture of a young John Houston in the military. This is Whitney Houston. You see the eyes now, okay? So as for Sissy, she got sissy eyebrows, roughly like somewhat sissy lips, somewhat, but she resembles Sissy and Sissy's family. And once again, I'm going to bring up her great-grandmother, her great-great-grandmother, okay? So that we don't have no problems in understanding that she is related to Sissy. This is Sissy's great-grandmother. And very quickly, I want to add this in so that nobody gets this confused. This is John's grandmother. Her name was Sarah Elizabeth. Okay, this is when she was younger. This is when she was older. I couldn't find no pictures of John's mama. Whitney don't look nothing like John's side of the family when it comes to, like, I guess grandmothers or anything. So if anything, she looks similar to John, which I don't know if he looks more like his mother or father. I couldn't find no pictures. And she looks like, definitely like Sissy's great-grandmother. This is Sissy's great-grandmother. This is her great-great-grandmother. Her great-great-grandmother, yeah. So, genetics. This is coming from Sissy's side. She looked like her daddy. She looked like Sissy. She looked like her great-great-grandmother. Stop it, y'all. Teresa Graves and her just look alike. If using y'all logic came up to anything, you might as well say Zora Neale Hurston and Queen Latifah the same person. That was her mama. That was her grandma. It ain't. She ain't had no children, y'all. If y'all was using y'all, you would say Tammy Terrell was Taraji P. Henson's mother. It don't make sense. Y'all just saying because they look alike, okay? And yeah, Taraji can sing a little bit. Yeah, Taraji can we know Tammy Terrell could sing. Y'all not using it. Oh, she sounds similar to Whitney. A lot of people sound similar to each other. Y'all have nothing based on that. I've showed you enough information at this point. Y'all use y'all brains. Repost and reshare this. Thank you. Amen.